Venado Crossing in Cibolo, Texas promises space, but there's going to be some trade-offs if you decide to call this subdivision home. Let's get into those reasons right now. Venado Crossing sits in the heart of Cibolo, just 8 miles to the Randolph Air Force Base. The community offers a tranquil blend of natural surroundings, aiming to foster that close-knit community feel. And I feel like it caters to not only just families, but also military personnel looking for a little bit more wider lots to call home. Now, in Venado Crossing, you're going to get two builders, Beazer and Highland Homes, each offering a wide selection of single-family residences with customizable options. Now, homes here typically are going to start around the high 300s, going into the low 400s for standard lots, with more expansive models and move-in ready offerings ranging all the way up past $500,000. Floor plans range from approximately 1,700 square feet to over 3,300 square feet, including 1 and 2 story options between 3 to 5 bedrooms and up to 4 bathrooms. And currently, Venado Crossing hosts several move-in ready homes now and customizable new build options available. Now, from an amenity standpoint, Venado Crossing is going to feature, like I said, those oversized lots for more space between the neighbors, and they are planning a future amenity center with a pool and a playground for residents. It's not done yet though, so if you're looking for a community that has that already in place, just know you're not going to have that at Venado, at least at the end of 2025. But some additional perks include proximity to major shopping, like the Forum that they have there in Schertz, easy routes to New Braunfels and San Antonio, and just an overall peaceful setting for both families and professionals. Now, with schools and education, this is Zone 2 Schertz Cibolo Universal City ISD. And the schools that you can look to be here if you have family relocating here is Watts Elementary for your elementary school grades, Barbara Jordan Intermediate School, grades 5 and 6, Ray D. Corbett Junior High, 7 and 8 grades, and then Samuel Clemens High School, 9 through 12. And since so many of our clients are relocating into the area, have families, we'll go ahead and link that Great Schools Guide or niche rankings for the Schertz Cibolo Universal City ISD down below. Venado Crossing stands out for spacious lots, reputable builders, convenient location, and its future-focused amenities, making it a strong choice for families wanting new construction in Cibolo. But residents here are also conveniently located near several restaurants, grocery options, and medical centers in Cibolo. Now, a couple of my favorite restaurants to go, especially on date night, are Noli's VT and also Mako's. They are just great options, and there's some others that I haven't even tried yet that I've heard great reviews on. So Cibolo is not hurting from a restaurant perspective. So you get that quick access to casual dining, family-friendly options, and convenient markets all located within a short drive. Residents here are also going to benefit from nearby urgent care and round-the-clock emergency clinic options, and hospitals yet aren't even that far either in Schertz, Live Oak, or Northeast San Antonio. The area just provides an overall great mix of daily essentials and medical support for homeowners. And since so many people relocating here in this specific area are going to be military, it's super close to the military bases. Commute times are typically reasonable, especially if you're going to be at Randolph Air Force Base, which is notably close. Now, I like talking miles and not minutes because it depends on what time of the day you're going to be going. So minutes are going to vary, but Randolph Air Force Base is just about 8 miles away. So typical drive time is 10 to 15 minutes on 78. And again, light traffic throughout most of the day. Your heavy commute times, your rush hours, gonna be a little bit more. Now, if you're gonna be at Fort Sam Houston, it's about a 20-mile drive. So that's gonna be 25 to 30 minutes under normal traffic. Peak rush hour is gonna probably take it to 35 to 45 minutes. Lackland is gonna be much more of a hike. You're talking 32 miles, and it's gonna be between 35 to 45 minutes with average traffic. And with rush hour, it's gonna take you maybe up to an hour. Now again, most of these commutes are going to be manageable for most people, and many military families in Schertz and Cibolo value the suburban environment while retaining quick access to get to San Antonio-based facilities. And honestly, Venado Crossing's location suits JBSA commuters, with the shortest route obviously going to Randolph, and then Fort Sam, and obviously the least viable option is going to be for having to live out to Lackland Air Force Base. But if you are going to be going to Lackland, we have other subdivisions I think that would fit that profile better for you, and you can just send us a message and we can get you in contact and tell you some of the better subdivisions that are going to fit your needs out in that area. And some of the complaints that we're hearing are construction related issues. Multiple residents noted frequent delays in home completion, with some facing construction that's going to take over a year, including closing dates postponed several times. There's also going to be sometimes quality control concerns that are raised, including poor communication from construction managers, warped wood materials, and unfinished walkthrough items. But I will tell you, a lot just depends on your project manager. Any new construction, there is no perfect house. Even if you're looking at the most elite custom home builders, most of the times there's always going to be some type of issue. So it's just how to get that resolved, how to bring it up. The communication is key, especially with the project managers that are going to be working on in your individual home. And we also talked about the lack of the planned amenity center isn't quite done yet, right? So if you're looking to have that, it's not going to be there. Now you can put a pool if there are some restrictions regarding pools in that subdivision, but if you're able to fit it on your lot where it's not in any of any kind of easement ways or things like that or setback lines, you're going to be just fine. I think there's one or two houses that we saw we were doing the drone shots out there, so you can put in your own pool if you want to, and you don't want to wait for that amenity center to open up. And also, like with the parks and playgrounds, it's going to be a little while for those to come online. And another thing is, since Venado Crossing is still expanding, they're just in their first phases. If you're not one to move into a place and you want peace and quiet, you're not probably going to get that here in the short term. You're going to hear a lot of construction. There's several dump trucks coming by multiple times every 10 to 15 minutes, hauling materials. You're going to have the trucks bringing new lumber in, things like that. And again, you're just going to hear the pop of the nail gun. So there's going to be a lot of contractors, a lot of moving parts. I will tell you, the roads are a little bit wider here. The streets are wider, so like when you're driving around, you can definitely feel it's a wider subdivision. You get more, I don't know the exact width, but just driving around, you get that feel of like, hey, this road is wider than your typical master plan community home area. So just know you're going to have that, but the peace and quiet, it's probably going to take a little bit for that subdivision to kind of finish out to get to those other phases before it's really going to start to settle in and become what it's going to be. So again, Venado Crossing, it's a great subdivision, especially if you're looking at the military side and you're at the Randolph Air Force Base or maybe Fort Sam. Again, not so much for Lackland over there. But if you just want great access to local roads too. I mean, I-10's not crazy far away. I-35, easily to get to. There's tons of places in New Braunfels, but Cibolo's got a lot going on, and Schertz is growing immensely. It is absolutely crazy. Seguin actually is the third fastest growing city, and that's just 15 minutes away down I-10. So there's lots going on. This subdivision is placed, I think, in a great spot. Obviously, it's growing there, but then to be surrounded by things that are really close by, you're not really having to drive an hour to get to some shopping and things like that we've already covered. But at the end of the day, there really are pluses and minuses to any master plan community that you're looking at in the greater San Antonio area. And please be sure to contact me. We have the latest builder incentives and inventory list for any home here in the greater San Antonio area. And if you think that amenity center not being done is a deal breaker for you, well, we have another subdivision that's really close by, completely done, checked out, ready to go from that perspective, and we'll link that video right here for you.